My little sister came home with a bad grade. Before, she always got top grades. And she was afraid because her stepfather was very angry. When he went out of the room, she looked at me and burst into tears. And I started to cry too. When our stepfather came back into the room, he looked at me and grumbled, "Why are you crying?" And I sobbed, "Because she is." He shook his head, still angry, went out of the room again. That was it. In that situation, I did not know what were my own true feelings. I just felt what she was feeling. So I was her mirror and not my own true face. It took me 20 years to figure out what that actually meant. And the answer to my question came from a source that I had never expected to give me that answer. Situations like that don't happen because you're weak or because you're broken. It happens because you learned very early on that your feelings are less important than everyone else's. And I discovered that there's a character who can teach you how to unlearn that. People like you and I, we want to be helpful. We want to be nice. All the time, if possible. We want to be the person that causes no problems for anyone else. No difficulties, no nothing. But by doing that, we sacrifice our own true form and our own true feelings on the altar of popularity. And this popularity isn't even the truth. And we call that virtue, empathy, inner strength. But here is what I understood. Being the mirror to everyone else wasn't my strength. It was a defense mechanism that I learned as a kid. And when I was a kid, that helped a lot to survive. I learned when you don't have any wants or needs yourself, if you don't show them, you don't make waves. And the person that doesn't make waves is safe. As said, this pattern helped me to survive. It protected me. But here's the problem. It never stopped trying to protect me. Even as a grown-up, this pattern is still active. And today it's not helpful. It actually hinders me and it hinders my personal growth. Because when you always reflect what other people feel, how can you know and feel what you want, what you desire, and who you really are? Now, let's get back to the character that I mentioned earlier. I want to talk about a woman that everyone warned us about. This is not about the nice princess that's running into the woods to sing along with the birds. This is about the woman that stands in front of a mirror and demands answers. The evil queen. It took me a very long time to figure out what a character like the evil queen can do for an always helpful person like me. The evil queen is not just evil. She's simply done. She's done with reflecting what everyone else needs. She is done with just being the mirror for others. You can see that in the fairy tale. She does not ask, "Mirror, mirror, am I popular?" Baseline, she asks, "Who am I?" She's looking for clarity, not for confirmation. If you try to be the one helpful person for everyone else, you are like water without a cup that can hold the water. You spill everywhere. The queen, on the other hand, is like a diamond. She's clear. She's hard. And if you handle her the wrong way, you get cut. And that is her right. The evil queen is the only character in that fairy tale that takes up space without apologizing for it. And that is what we people that are overly adapted and always helpful and never complaining can learn from her. But to be a queen, you don't have to chop off heads every day. But if you recognize that the world wants to put you back into the place of mirroring everyone else instead of feeling yourself, then I want to tell you that there's a part of you that can stop exactly that pattern. The evil queen doesn't scan a room for permission. She is her own permission. And she, as a character, can show people like you and me that we don't have to be liked to be respected. We have to always respect ourselves. That is not up for debate. Never. It mustn't be up for debate. Never ever. Here's a way that you can start trying this version of yourself on, so to speak. If this week somebody asks you, "What do you want?" and you feel that you want to reply, "It doesn't matter, I don't know, what do you want? That's fine for me." Pause immediately. take one deep breath and ask yourself, okay, what do I truly want? And please, don't try to be polite or easy to handle in that situation. Please make it easier for you, and by that also for the other person, because she knows what she's dealing with when she's asking you, because you made up your own mind and you know what you want. That is putting on the crown in your own life. It's not about being dramatic, and it's not about being evil. It's about being clear, easy, precise, and self-aware. And please, stop looking outwards to find the mirror that tells you you are okay. You don't need that. You can and must be the person that writes the rules for her game, aka your life. And who am I? I am Jen, also known as the Witch of 1,000 Faces. I help women to find their true form. We don't do this through shrinking. It's done by looking inward and finding the version of you that you denied for so long, but that can do the thing you want to do. It's there already, trust me. You just have to find it and reconnect with it. If you want to know more, subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. And tell me in the comments, when this week did you stop reflecting and started acting because you wanted to do something? The crown, aka your own life, belongs exclusively and only to you. You just have to put the crown on.